Hello, my name is Tanya Hales. I'm a fantasy author and illustrator, and today I'm excited to talk to you about AI generated images and some of their practical uses and applications for authors. This stuff is going to be a game changer. We're going to be talking about four main areas where authors can reap huge benefits by using AI art: book creation, marketing, inspiration, and merchandise. But before we get too deep into it, I'd like to make a few disclaimers. The first is that I'm not a lawyer, so I can't speak specifically to all the legal issues regarding AI, and anything I can say will likely be outdated before long, as this technology is so new that laws governing it are still being created. The only copyright info I will share is that, at least in America, anything you make with an AI image generator will be in the public domain until you make alterations to it. At that point, the altered version belongs to you, but the original image is still in the public domain. Please research the laws that have been put in place in your country. As for the ethics of AI, I will say right now that many of the things you've heard about generative AI is wrong. It does not steal and stitch together pieces of other people's art to make something new. Just like Photoshop and many other technologies, it can be used by unethical people to edit existing artwork, but it is not designed specifically to do so, and the reason it was given that capability was to help artists like me to be able to have a new way to edit their work. To hear more about the ethics of AI, I highly recommend Shadiversity's short video about the topic, which I will share in a link below. The last thing I'll share before we get to the main topic is that AI-generated images will always be most powerful in the hands of artists and designers. Do you need design skills to make AI art? No. Will your results be better if you develop some artistic skills to alter and refine what the AI gives you? Certainly. And this is why I hope other artists will embrace AI art as something that can be a huge boon to their creative process. Now on to the main show. First, let's discuss how AI images can be used in the creation of a book itself. I'm going to start by talking about one of the things that most excites AI-positive authors: the possibility to use generative AI for creating book covers. Every book needs a cover. Every short story or reader magnet sold or gifted in ebook format needs a cover. If there's one kind of art that every author needs and always will need, it's covers. And as you can see when you look at these unedited images generated in Midjourney, the AI has a great eye for book covers. After all, it has learned by studying the greats. And as a side note, studying great book covers has always been my first step when I've illustrated covers as well. Are these covers perfect? No. In my opinion, they could all use some editing to remove unwanted elements, and they also need someone to add some nice typography, but some of them are over 90% there, and that makes this an amazing resource. I know this is a controversial topic, as there is a genuine and warranted fear of how this will impact the livelihood of cover designers. I won't speak too much to this fear because I can't see the future and I don't know how it will impact artists specifically, just that it surely will. Just like AI is beginning to disrupt all creative industries. But from my author-artist perspective, here's how I see it. There has always been a real problem in the indie author world when it comes to covers. In order to sell well, a book must have an appealing, professional, and genre-appropriate cover. But not all authors can afford that, even if they want to. My hope is that, when authors are in a position to do so, they will continue to utilize the skills and services of book designers. But when the choice is between making their own unprofessional-looking cover, and you know exactly what kind of cover I'm talking about, or using an AI to make something that will actually help them sell their books, well, I'm glad they have that option. As we wrap up the topic of covers, I want to mention two other ways AI art can be applied. It can be used to create special hardcover case art that goes under the dust jacket, and it can be used to make alternative special edition covers. Alright, let's move on to book interiors. Here are some of the ways AI art can be used inside of a book. Interior illustrations. This is especially applicable to kids' chapter books where fun, black and white illustrations are still the norm in the traditional publishing world. Chapter headings. These are small illustrations at the start of every chapter, and they can really spruce up the professional feel of a book. Section break or scene break designs. During the course of creating this video, I learned that the technical term for this is a dinkus. According to Wikipedia, a dinkus is a typographical device to divide text, such as at section breaks. Come on now, don't you want to use AI to create a dinkus? Alright, we're about to get totally off the rails here, so let's move on to children's book illustrations. This is another area where I'm very excited for the opportunities authors will have. Did you know that many professional children's book illustrators get paid over $10,000 to illustrate one book? As someone who has spent hours and hours refining even just a single children's book illustration, I understand it. Artists deserve to be paid for the immensely hard work that goes into creating a book. That's a fact, and that should never change. But at the same time, what ordinary indie author can invest that much money into a kid's book that they will have to market and sell on their own, without the help of a bookstore? Basically, the cost of illustrations have made publishing children's books cost prohibitive to 99% of authors, and now that is beginning to change. These are exciting times. Imagine being able to make a personalized picture book about an obscure topic for your child, grandchild, or students. Now, it's possible. Another thing AI can be used for is maps. This is more important for some genres than others, and they will likely need a lot of tweaking, but it's still a great resource. And last, we've got special edition illustrations. If you want to create a special edition of a previously published book, this is a great way to add value to your novel. My last topic in the book production section regards comics, webtoons, and graphic novels. I won't say much about it here because this is an area that is only now starting to blossom as the technology improves enough for users to be able to create consistent character designs in AI art generators. I expect this to grow rapidly, which excites me so much. I used to think I would choose comics as my career path because it married my love of storytelling and illustrating, but I'm also a stay-at-home mother with very limited creative time, and I found that it took too long to tell the stories I wanted in a comics format, which is why I write novels now. But as AI continues to develop, I believe that technologies will emerge specifically to aid in the creation of comics. I can't wait, because maybe it will speed up the process enough for me to finally tell those comic stories that linger in my head. Our next section is all about marketing. Authors need to market their books in order for them to be seen. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're an author, you need to choose at least a few marketing avenues to try to get your books in front of readers. Here are some ideas how. AI art can be used in ads. You've probably already seen it. I know I have. And soon the art might get so good that we won't even be able to tell if it's AI or not. A running theme in this whole marketing section is this. Art is a shortcut to connecting to a viewer's emotions. It makes a promise. It says, "The way this image makes you feel? Yeah, that's how this whole book will make you feel, only more and deeper." It's an assurance of genre, tone, and theme, an invitation for them to come and partake of more. For this reason, I always thought visual artists had an edge over authors. Artists create a product that can hook someone at a glance, but readers usually have to spend at least a few minutes with a book before it can really hook them. This is where AI art comes in. You can now make those visual promises, use the hook of great emotion-inspiring art, like bait to catch new readers. So, in addition to ads, here are some other places you can use art to enchant potential readers. Your author newsletter and autoresponder sequence. A+ content on your book's Amazon page. Kickstarter page content. Images really help convert buyers during crowdfunding. Social media marketing and reader group content. Posts with images are eye-catching and the algorithm likes them. And in some places, like Instagram, images are required. Now you'll never be without a good image to post. Website content. Want to spruce up your author website? Now you know how. Your author-publisher logo. This may be getting into the legal gray area since copyrights and trademark issues of AI are still being worked out. AI art can be used in book trailers and TikTok reels. You don't have to rely on just stock images anymore. And lastly, AI art can be used at live sales events. It can be displayed on banners and posters to signal to potential readers at a distance that your books are exactly what they're looking for. Now let's move on to the third section, how AI art can be used for inspiration. If you as an author still don't feel comfortable using AI art in any reader-facing way, then consider implementing it as part of your brainstorming process. I can confirm that when I've been stuck on a character design or setting, generating AI art has gotten me out of that rut and helped me come up with some amazing and sometimes delightfully bizarre ideas I would never have come up with on my own. Some areas you can consider are character designs. Sometimes it's hard to describe what you want them to look like without relying on cliches. AI can help you overcome that. Settings. This is especially useful for sci-fi and fantasy when you're trying to figure out ideas for places that don't exist. Creature designs. Again, AI can come up with some amazing, inspiring concepts. Mood and imagery. Sometimes you just need some imagery to help you figure out the feel and tone of your story, or to help you get in the right mood or mindset. And finally, a use I haven't heard discussed much is that you can use AI art to communicate concepts to a pro artist you've hired. You can say, I want a character in this pose, or I want the background to have this kind of feel. It's another great way to continue supporting artists while still reaping the benefits of AI. The final section of this video is all about book-related products you can produce with AI art. Because I don't have finished examples of each kind of merchandise, I'll simply display artwork that came straight from Midjourney that I think would work well for each of these types of products and merch. A lot of these would be great to have as rewards for a Kickstarter campaign, have as prizes for giveaways, or to offer on your web store or at live sales events. Character cards. Postcards or thank you cards. Tarot cards. Stickers. Pins. Art prints. Travel posters. Movie posters. Coloring pages. Bookmarks. T-shirt designs. Mugs. Recipe cards. Maps. Book plate stickers. Calendars. Coasters. Magnets. NFTs. Book-related quizzes, i.e., which character are you most like, or what type of creature companion would you have? Game tie-ins, card games or board games. Video game adaptations. 3D models of characters for plastic miniatures. Role-playing game adaptation art. Concept art to aid in the production of plushies, toys, ornaments, etc. That brings us to the conclusion of our list. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. I hope it helped you see how AI art is going to be a total game changer for the independent and creative-minded authors who learn to use it ethically. Thank you so much for watching. If you have author friends who you think might be able to reap the benefits of AI in their creative process, share this video with them. And if you aren't already a member of our Facebook group, please check out AI Art for Authors. We'd love to see you there and hear all about how you plan to use AI-generated images to revolutionize your author career. See you again soon!